Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. So yesterday I was playing on one of my free accounts and I went through an experience that really proved what I had been assuming all this time. And it has to do with the fact that it's just so easy to make a good aggro deck than it is to make a good mid-range or control deck. And basically the experience was as follows. I wanted to complete a daily that involved winning games on ladder with Shaman. And I generally do not like to play face decks because I don't like them. I don't feel it's that entertaining. So I tried to make a mid-range / control Shaman using like evolve combos because I love evolve and I know that type of deck kind of works if you have all the cards required. But I didn't really have every card that I have had in previous similar decks that I know have been pretty successful, and I ended up getting completely wrecked. Completely wrecked. I then got a little bit fed up, and I decided, well, with my free accounts, I know because I don't have all the cards, I'm just going to put in a ton of 1-drops and 2-drops and completely destroy my opponents whenever they draw badly. And that's exactly what happened. And you guys will see to what degree and how night and day it is when you try to make your very own, aggro deck creation versus your very own control deck creation. Your control deck will almost always suck, and your aggro deck will almost always be amazing. And this has to do with a very simple principle in Hearthstone. So the aggressive decks, the reason they don't have to be great is because your win condition generally relies on your opponent not drawing an answer, a board clear, or just a unnecessarily large taunt. Okay, so whether you have an aggro deck that can kill your opponent on turn 5 or turn 6, you're still going to win the game unless they draw one of those cards. So if you have kind of like a bad aggressive deck, you're going to win almost just as many decks as you would if you had a really good aggro deck. Think about it this way. If you're playing a ton of 1-drops in your deck, even though they might all suck, you're probably going to beat a lot of the other decks that are a little bit slower because you're going to outpace them. When it comes to playing against a control deck, let's say you're playing against a control paladin, if they draw Consecration, yeah, you're probably going to lose. But if they don't draw Consecration, you're just going to win. The chance of you getting a good opener is considerably higher than your opponent actually drawing a Consecration, because board clears are so few and so ineffective these days that your win condition just becomes so ridiculous that 1 in 3 games your opponent will draw the board clear, 2 in 3 he won't. So 2 in 3 games, he'll completely get wrecked and lose, and it won't even really matter what you play. The fact that it's so much harder to come up with a good control list kind of breaks down the game to where not only people are generally not making control decks because of this, but also you need so many more cards and you need to explore with so many more options that people who don't put that much money into the game just don't have available. So this is kind of like the fundamental breakdown of why when you play ladder, you either see the same 3 mid-range or control decks again and again and again and again, or it's an aggressive deck on the other side of the board. This is what's going on, these are the mechanics, and it's going to be kind of difficult to really move away from this. I mean, for this to no longer be the case, we're going to need some ridiculously common, efficient, and high number of board clears across the board, across almost every single class. And we're really not getting that. I think we got basically no good board clears in Whispers of the Old Gods. Probably the best board clear is Ravaging Ghoul. And that does pretty good job against the Zoolock, but not so great of a job against most of the other aggressive decks out there. For now, I want to prove my point. I want to show you guys the adventures that I had trying to complete some measly daily quests that really proves just how difficult it is to win against an aggressive deck. Hope you guys enjoy them. And I'll see you guys in a bit.
I mean, he's got to do something big here, right? I didn't really want to leave the house, so I'm not a DreamHack.
The end is coming!
Something.
Let the pain speak to me.
Easy. Easy choice. Okay. Yeah, you know Doomsayer.
Mind if I roll need?
Okay. So I do want to lose a minion here, so I could play one.
Take this blade.
One by one.
Vengeance. Mage, you should be more careful playing with magic.
Those are good cards. Healing Wave. 2 Pyroblasts incoming. It's not too far off.
Do
The Pyro is probably a Doomsayer killer.
I bring life?
Yeah, that sucks.
Feel my pain.
Vengeance.
Take this.
Maybe I should have done that first. I could have actually got like a Healing Wave. I definitely should have done that first. Let's see if he kills me here. He hasn't played any direct damage cards, but
You require my assistance.
he hasn't really drawn very much either.
Aha!
Nope. Guess I'm dead. That wasn't very fun. What the fuck?
Well played.
That sucked. I never even got cleared. Yeah, I'm still like acting like it's the first week here, where you can kind of try new stuff, but it's not. It's just play net deck. That's about it, where it ends. Oh. Interesting. Frost Caller. Well, I don't have a board clear, so I guess I just lose. Another charger. Okay.
Death to the pretenders. Death to the pretenders.
I'm at 1, so I guess I'm probably just gonna lose here. Oh, nice draw. Like, normally when I play my alternate accounts, the way that I win is by playing decks with a shitload of 1-drops and 2-drops and going face. And it doesn't have to be a good deck, because half the time you're gonna draw better than your opponent, even if they're playing an aggro deck, and you're just gonna beat them.
I greet you.
Yep. Aggro Warlock. Alright guys, here's how you win at Hearthstone. 1-drop, 1-drop, win more, 1-drop removal, 1-drop removal. Overpowered early game card. Weapons to protect your overpowered 1-drops. OP cards, OP cards, OP cards. My card's good enough. Let's take an Earth Shock. Let's take some more win more cards here. Let's take Dragon Eggs. I can pump those. Looks like a pretty good curve so far. Yeah, I can take a charger. I only have one Tuskar Totemic, so that's what I'm gonna use. Kinda want some draw here. Let's go with Acolyte. Let's try to get more early game. Damn, no Tunnel Trog opener? Fucking rigged, dude. I thought when you play Shaman, you automatically start the game with Tunnel Trog in your hand. What happened? This deck is only early game? Yep.
Do you hear
Surveilling instead of Fire Elemental. Yeah, that might be a good call. It's a good one drop. Shaman Hero Power is not so good in this type of deck, so. Yeah, Cthulhu Warrior is pretty rough here. I think I'm gonna play that. It's gonna let me Flame Wreath Faceless next turn, saturate full mana anyway. And it's bigger than the Totemic, so. Yeah, the Dragon Egg is actually pretty annoying to deal with, so that's good. I just killed myself. I don't think so. Oh, that's good. Well, there goes one removal. Well, if he doesn't have an answer, this good deck of his is gonna get completely wrecked. It does not look like a great answer yet. Okay. I'm kind of afraid to play more stuff because of Brawl.
I have no time for games.
Okay.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh, damn. Okay, I guess I don't have to worry about Brawl. See, guys? So easy to win. So easy. The main issue here is, like, they released the meta snapshot shit, and I've noticed almost every single opponent is playing a deck off of that. And whenever I see Paladin, it's going to be that same N'Zoth Paladin. So that's going to be a bit difficult to beat with this deck. He's going to have to draw a really crappy hand. Crafting an OP card, Doomhammer. Well, I don't really want to have to play Shaman all the time.
Reporting for duty.
Yep. That's the deck. There's one Harvest Golem in that deck. There wasn't a Harvest Golem in this deck until they posted it. I gotta hope he doesn't have Consecration here. True Silver might not work all that well.
Pain, speak to me.
Okay, if he doesn't have Pyro Equality, we can just win. It's not that likely. I think it's below 50%, so chances are we win. Wow, one of the best decks in the game. Oh. That's a little shitty.
Reporting for duty.
Let me think here. I don't really want to lose any of these. Okay. Yeah, if he has Equality Consecration, I can still push for the board. You think I should have gone face, 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 face? Maybe. Oh. Looks like he's in trouble. It looks like Consecration doesn't do much anymore. Looks like you were right on your call. Yeah. Aggressive decks really are broken in Hearthstone across the board. Just 1-drops and 2-drops, just too insane. He's playing a refined control deck. One of the best decks in the game. And if he doesn't have an exact 2-card answer, he's gonna lose. Yes, my deck is obviously not as good as his overall, but because it's that nature of a deck, I'm just gonna destroy him like 60% of the time. Like, my deck is worse than the regular Shaman list, but the win condition is the same. If they don't draw their best answer, they lose. I should include Evolve, you think? The problem with, like, the hyper-aggressive Shaman is the cards are already good enough. The answer is Taunt. Yeah, not sure if this is a teaching moment or if Kripp has lost faith in the system. I've kind of lost faith in people here. I'm gonna coin one. I think I'm gonna coin Sir Finley. What's better, Fire Blast or Reinforce? Probably Reinforce. Dagger. Dagger fucks Pallies up. No, I don't want Fire Blast for the egg, that's pretty shitty. Alright, let's go for the Dagger. It's gonna be the higher tempo one.
Reporting for duty.
Okay.
Reporting for duty. Elements guide me.
Alright, this is kind of the same deal here. He needs like some kind of board clear play in the next 3 turns or so, or he's gonna lose. Early game Sylvanas legendary. Oh, like an effect like Sylvanas, but not Sylvanas. Sylvanas is too slow to stop aggro. That sucks. Why does he have a secret? It's a bit weird.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
No, okay.
Get down!
Man, that MC tech sure was powerful. It was so much get down obvious. Well, I know that some of the N'Zoth decks run Redemption. I haven't really seen much in terms of secrets otherwise. Did you guys see that MC tech stop aggro in its tracks? Yeah. Okay, sure. Kill 1 minion. Okay, well, if we don't draw a card draw, we're gonna be out of cards here next turn. Big shame that is. So now we're in a spot where if he doesn't have any quality Pyro or Consecration, and he's only drawn 9 cards, the chance he has that is not very high. He loses, 100%. Top deck another MC tech. I would have killed this one, it affects more minions. What do we have here? 5, 6, 7... Oh, was that lethal?
Elements guide
You guys see what I'm talking about, right? I just made a terrible aggro deck. We won 3 games in a row after losing 3 games in a row with a mid-range deck. This list is just dumb, it's just a bunch of stupid 1-drops. We beat decks that had very powerful anti-aggro elements, and they couldn't do anything.